Hello and welcome to a very cold shed quarters this morning here in Wales. It's about, in fact I'm going to shut that door. It's only about 5 degrees centigrade this morning. Definitely feeling the chill. This bike is a competition prize for a young lady from a local school who entered a council competition to about cycle road safety and recycling, and the competition prize was a recycled bike from the Free Bikes for Kids project. So while I'm speaking to you this morning, I was going to just run through this final bolt check, make sure it's all shiny and nice, and I'm ready to be presented to her in school later this week. Anyway, the subject of today's video is road riding. After a road ride last week and another near miss. I mean, I've had 20 years of near misses, it's nothing new, but another near miss, and it just felt like it was one too far, and the guy was quite abusive, and I just thought, do you know what, I don't need to be doing this. Like, road riding, long road rides now, for me, it's just, I'm just over it. It's too dangerous. There are other options now with mountain bikes and gravel bikes. You know, you can do a 50-mile ride easily and barely use any of the main roads. You can do a mixed surface route with, you know, canals and gravel paths and forestry land, especially here in Wales, and you can virtually be off the road for like 80% of the ride, and that's the way it's going for me now. I think the road is just so dangerous now. You know, it's great that kids are doing things like this where they're learning about road safety, and they're learning about you know, the dangers of the road, because nothing's going to change unless we change it, unless people's attitudes change, and maybe their kids riding bikes is what they need to kind of chill out a bit. Because the guy in this incident that I had last week totally overreacted. You know, when you don't know anything about that person that you're shouting and screaming at, I'm taking risks. I'm out on the road, okay, I'm doing that at my own risk, but I'm a carer for my wife, full-time carer for my wife. I am a father to 2 girls. I'm a grandfather to 3 grandchildren. You know, it's a lot. I'm putting it on the line for all those people. It feels like every time I'm out on the road at the moment, it's just so everything is just so aggressive and people are so impatient, and it's not a pleasant experience to be on a road ride now. And you know, even in the last sort of 5 years, I think it's got worse. But luckily with the gravel bike, you know, you can take those off-road shortcuts, you know, the local lanes, the rutted side tracks, canal paths, that kind of thing. So what I'm wondering is, how many of you ride on the road? Do you think it's got worse in the last? Do you think things have got worse in the last few years? And are you thinking about maybe doing a bit less road riding and a bit more, you know, gravel, canal, off-road, maybe a bit of mountain biking? Or do you think I'm overreacting? You know, do you think it's always been the same? I've been road riding for 20 years now, and I'm well aware that, you know, close passes and things are not unusual. But I just wondered what you all think about it, and what you're changing about how you ride and where you ride. You know, are you finding yourself doing more off-road now than you used to? Are you finding yourself preferring the gravel bike because it gets you away from those busy roads? Or are you still out on the Sunday chain gang on the road, on the dual carriageways, and, you know, not having an issue? But to me, it's just the risk. It's just ridiculous at the moment. It's sad, really, because I think there was a point where things were getting a bit better. and it sounds daft, but going back to 2012 with the whole Bradley Wiggins Tour de France win, Cavendish, the Olympics, I think people's attitudes softened a little bit, and there was kind of a bit more patience and a bit more consideration. But now it's like you're not even a person when you're on a road bike, you're just a target. The number of times I've been bashed. I mean, you know, on a road bike you're in this position, so you're in quite close, and I've still had my elbow bashed by a passing car, by the wing mirror of a passing car, on more than one occasion. And you just think, is there a point where it's just not worth the risk? Is there a point where you're just better off the road, you know, where it's safe, where it's quieter, where there's less risk? Let me know what style of riding you do, and if you do ride road, do you feel things have got worse? Do you just feel like it's the same as it's always been? Have you had a guts full? Are you considering doing a bit more off-road, a bit more gravel, just for safety? You know, how is it where you are? Where do you live? What are people's attitudes like? Obviously I'm here in South Wales. I don't know what attitudes are like in London and other parts of the country and other countries. So yeah, drop your comments, let me know down below, like you always do, how you feel about the current state of road safety.